Hillary Clinton's private email server saga and the Trump team's use of disappearing message apps, plus the post-presidency Mar-a-Lago files fiasco are, in different ways, masterclasses in what not to do for good operational security, or as we call it, opsec. Let's unpack the parallels, from BleachBit to bathrooms and the very different ways people reacted to each. BleachBit versus disappearing messages. Clinton's team famously deleted about 33,000 emails from her private server, allegedly using a software called BleachBit to wipe the data so thoroughly that, as one congressman quipped, even God can't read them. BleachBit is designed to prevent recovery of deleted files, basically the digital equivalent of shredding and burning documents. This wasn't just hitting the delete key, it was intentional destruction of data, and Clinton's critics seized on it as evidence of a cover-up. After all, you don't typically bust out industrial-strength data wipes for yoga schedules and wedding plans. Clinton maintained the erased emails were personal, but the optics of using a tool literally named after bleach sure didn't help her case. On the other side, the Trump White House had its own high-tech spin on vanishing communications. Reports emerged that many Trump administration aides were using encrypted messaging apps with self-destruct timers like Signal and Confide to discuss government business. In early 2017, amid a frenzy over leaks and deep state fears, staffers resorted to these disappearing message apps so conversations would auto-delete after being read. In other words, where Clinton's team retroactively wiped emails, Trump's team tried to ensure messages never stuck around in the first place. From an opsec perspective, the motive is the same: limit the paper trail. Why go through the trouble of acid washing servers after the fact if you can have your chats self-erased by default? It's the modern approach to cover your tracks. Messages that magically evaporate like a Snapchat, leaving little for investigators or historians to find. The use of disappearing messages in government raises huge legal and ethical flags. In fact, Trump's own lawyers explicitly warned staff that using apps like Signal for official business could violate the Presidential Records Act. It's almost funny. The same practice Republicans railed against Clinton for, sidestepping official communication channels, cropped up in Trump's campaign via encrypted chats. Secure messaging apps like Signal do provide strong encryption and privacy, which is great for personal use. But when government officials use them to dodge record keeping, it becomes a transparency nightmare. From a security standpoint, encrypted apps are very effective at keeping outsiders from eavesdropping, but they can also keep Congress and auditors from ever seeing what was said. It's the BleachBit philosophy into the messaging platform. What conversation? There's no record here. And that's a double-edged sword for accountability.